There's over 14 million Americans that are out of work, and more are dropping out of the unemployment rolls, which is making the unemployment numbers go down, when in reality, it hasn't been changing at all. I've got clients that come in here every day really hurting terribly from this economy. I've had one individual come in that hasn't had a job for over 2 years, and then I had another individual come in, and they're happy collecting unemployment. They've given them a 99-week period of collections, and they said, well, I'm not going to start looking quite yet because I'm happy with my unemployment check. So there's really interesting scenarios going on. We want to help the people unemployed, but we also want to give them motivation to find a job and be back on their feet and be able to put food on the table, meat in the freezer, and gas in their cars. I mean, basic living standards. And it's been a real challenge, I think, for this administration to make anything change in that direction. All their policies have been anti-job growth, anti-business, more regulations on the backs of businesses that are causing businesses not to hire, not to expand their businesses. The credit markets have made it almost impossible for small businesses to get loans to expand their businesses. And I think the number one right now to improve the job market in the Inland Empire is to create jobs. And number two is to cut taxes. We've got the biggest tax increase on the verge of enacting itself by the end of the year because the Bush tax cuts are going to expire at the end of 2012. And small businesses and businesses all around the country are really worried about these tax increases, and that keeps them from having the ability to expand their businesses. Also, we got Obamacare, which is right now in the Supreme Court, and they're hesitant to expand their businesses because the costs, the unknown costs of all this additional insurance that they have to bring on for employees.
Oh, okay.
Well, if people have jobs and people are doing better, they can afford to make their mortgage payments and afford to keep their houses.
Okay, and you did anticipate, I think, our second question, which is, what is your plan to bring permanent, well-paying jobs to the Inland Empire?
I think the number one thing is we got to reduce government regulations. With the Obama administration, they've almost doubled the amount of restrictions and regulations on businesses. It costs businesses dearly. I think on the average it costs over $20,000 per employee just to implement the current regulations that the government has on businesses. And it's just killing jobs in the job market. We just got to do our best to motivate and implement job growth and do the best for our American taxpayers who are hard-working taxpayers who want to just make an honest living and pay their taxes. We also need to repeal the carbon regulations, which is also putting an extra burden on companies, especially in the Inland Empire.